Hello, young man. I'm here to talk to you about something that I believe is incredibly important, yet often overlooked: the development of healthy self-esteem. As someone who has faced their fair share of challenges and setbacks, I want to share with you my own experiences and insights on how to build and maintain a strong sense of self-worth, even in the face of adversity. First and foremost, it's essential to understand that self-esteem is not something that you either have or you don't. It's something that can be developed and strengthened over time. Just like any muscle, it needs to be exercised and cultivated. And just like any skill, it takes practice and dedication to become proficient. One of the most significant challenges we face in developing healthy self-esteem is the way we respond to failure. When we experience a setback or a disappointment, it's natural to feel frustrated, angry, or even defeated. But it's precisely in those moments that we have a choice to make. We can let our failures define us, or we can use them as opportunities for growth and learning. I remember when I first started out as a crime fighter, I was met with skepticism and even ridicule by some of the people I was trying to help. They saw me as a reckless vigilante, someone who was more of a hindrance than a help. And to be honest, there were times when I doubted myself, when I wondered if I was truly making a difference. But I refused to let those doubts consume me. Instead, I used them as fuel to drive me forward. I worked harder, I trained more, and I pushed myself to be better. And slowly but surely, I began to see results. I started to make a real difference in the lives of the people I was trying to help. And that's when my self-esteem began to grow. Now, I'm not saying that it's always easy. There are still times when I face challenges and setbacks, when I doubt myself and my abilities. But I've learned to approach those moments with a different mindset. Instead of letting my failures define me, I use them as opportunities to learn and grow. One of the most important things I've learned is the importance of self-compassion. When we make a mistake or experience a setback, it's easy to beat ourselves up over it, to tell ourselves that we're not good enough or that we failed. But that kind of self-talk is not only unhelpful, it's also untrue. The truth is, we are all human beings, and we all make mistakes. It's how we respond to those mistakes that matters. When we practice self-compassion, we treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, just as we would a close friend. We acknowledge our mistakes, we learn from them, and we move forward. Another crucial aspect of building healthy self-esteem is surrounding ourselves with positive influences. The people we spend time with, the media we consume, the messages we tell ourselves, all of these things can either support or undermine our self-esteem. I've been fortunate to have some incredible mentors and allies in my life. People who have believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. And I've also learned to be mindful of the media I consume, to seek out messages that inspire and uplift me, rather than tearing me down. Of course, there will always be negative voices and influences in our lives, people who seek to bring us down or undermine our confidence. But it's up to us to choose how we respond to those voices. We can let them get to us, or we can rise above them. One of the most powerful tools I've discovered for building self-esteem is the practice of gratitude. When we focus on what we're thankful for, rather than what's lacking in our lives, we begin to shift our perspective. We start to see that we have so much more than we ever thought possible. And that realization can be incredibly liberating. I make it a point to reflect on my gratitude every day, to think about the people and experiences that bring joy and fulfillment to my life. And I encourage you to do the same. Take a few minutes each day to write down 3 things you're thankful for, no matter how small they may seem. It could be something as simple as a good cup of coffee, a beautiful sunset, or a supportive friend. As you cultivate a sense of gratitude, you'll begin to notice a profound shift in your perspective. You'll start to see that your worth and value come not from external sources, but from within. You'll realize that you are capable and competent, that you have so much to offer the world. Now, I know that building healthy self-esteem is not always easy. There will be times when you face challenges and setbacks, when you doubt yourself and your abilities. But I want you to know that you are not alone. We all face those struggles, and we all have the power to overcome them. It's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to ask for help. In fact, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It takes courage to admit when we need support, and it takes even more courage to seek it out. As someone who has been in your shoes, I want to assure you that you have the power to build the self-esteem you deserve. You have the power to choose how you respond to challenges and setbacks, to cultivate a sense of gratitude and self-compassion. And when you do, you'll start to notice a profound shift in your life. You'll start to feel more confident, more capable, and more fulfilled. You'll start to see that you are deserving of love, respect, and happiness, regardless of your past or your circumstances. Remember, building healthy self-esteem is a journey, not a destination. It's a process that takes time, effort, and dedication. But I promise you, it's worth it. Every step of the way, every struggle and every setback is an opportunity for growth and learning. So, I want to leave you with a challenge today. I want to challenge you to start building your self-esteem, to start cultivating a sense of self-worth that comes from within. I want to challenge you to practice self-compassion, to seek out positive influences, and to focus on what you're grateful for. And if you feel this talk helpful, don't forget like and subscribe. And if you want to be a more grateful person, you can donate on the Patreon account. Link on description. See you soon, friend.